Have you ever sensed that a pivotal moment was approaching, as if your life was about to be touched by the divine in a way you could never have imagined? Picture this. Someone you've never met, a wealthy and influential man, has chosen to completely transform your life. He's about to relocate you to a place so extraordinary that it will feel like a dream come true. Why? It's all because of a choice you made, an action that may have seemed small at the time, but sent ripples far beyond your sight. Before we explore the profound meaning behind this event, take a moment to declare your faith boldly by commenting 999 below. Let it be a sign of your readiness for the blessings that are unfolding. To those who've shown unwavering support through super thanks, your generosity is deeply appreciated. You're not just supporters, you're carriers of light, helping to spread this message of hope and transformation to countless souls. Thank you from the depths of my heart for being a vital part of this journey. But now let's turn back to you. What if this moment isn't coincidence but divine orchestration? Can you feel the shift in the air, the sense that something monumental is aligning in your favor? This is more than a chance encounter or a fleeting blessing. It's a call to step boldly into a future of purpose and abundance. As we dive deeper, we'll unravel the mystery of how this event was set into motion, the role your actions played, and what lies ahead for you in this transformative journey. The door to a new chapter is opening. Will you walk through it? Together, let's uncover what this moment truly means and why it could change everything for you. God's chosen ones, a wealthy man will relocate you soon, all because of what you just did. Think back to a moment, maybe recently, when you did something kind, honest, or exceptionally brave without expecting anything in return. Maybe you helped a stranger who never thanked you, or stood up for someone who had no voice. Perhaps you gave your time, your energy, or your wisdom, sowing seeds of good intentions into the soil of existence. You might have forgotten it, dismissed it as something small, yet that very act set in motion a series of events more significant than you could ever guess. Imagine life as a grand tapestry of interwoven threads. Each action you take pulls on certain strands, altering patterns far beyond your sight. That kind deed you performed acted like a gentle tug, sending vibrations through networks of people and opportunities. One of those vibrations reached the ear of someone very influential, someone with the means to change your physical circumstances. What started as a modest gesture on your part has now gained momentum, traveling through conversations, reputations, and mysterious connections until it landed with this wealthy individual. Have you ever thought about how small acts of kindness or bravery can go unnoticed, yet still have far-reaching effects? In the Bible, there's a story of Ruth, who, despite facing personal hardships, chose to stay by her mother-in-law, Naomi's side. Ruth's selfless loyalty led her to Boaz, a wealthy landowner, and ultimately changed her life. Just like Ruth's loyalty, the good you sowed, no matter how small, might set into motion a sequence of events that will alter your future. What if the small kindness you gave away has already started making its way toward a life-changing opportunity? Your action, no matter how unnoticed it seemed, began traveling through conversations, reputations, and connections. It spread like a quiet whisper, passed from one person to another, until it finally reached someone who has the power to change your life. Could this be the moment you've been waiting for, a sign that something greater is just beyond the horizon? Have you ever wondered if the simple mustard seed of faith or kindness you planted, as Jesus described in Matthew 17:20, could grow into something capable of moving mountains in your life? It might seem impossible, But what if the very journey to your breakthrough started with you, unknowingly sowing a seed that will now bear fruit? When that wealthy individual steps forward, ready to help you move forward to new opportunities, will you be ready to recognize the power of your actions? Will you see the ripple effect that has been created from a single, kind gesture, transforming your life in ways you could never have imagined? Imagine for a moment closing your eyes and taking a deep breath. In your mind's eye, picture the invisible threads connecting you to every person around you. These threads may seem unseen, but they are there, linking you in ways that go beyond what the eye can perceive. Have you ever wondered who stands just a few links away in that chain? Maybe the wealthy man who is about to offer you the chance to relocate is connected to you through a distant cousin, an old friend, or even a professional acquaintance who has spoken highly of your character. While we often believe we can only see the tangible connections, the truth is that energy flows in ways our rational minds can't fully understand. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. This concept is similar to planting a seed in the ground, one that you might have forgotten about long ago. You may not even remember the day you planted it, but when the time is right, that seed grows, it blossoms, and it produces fruit far beyond what you initially imagined. Your acts of kindness, integrity, and compassion are those very seeds, and although they may have seemed small or insignificant at the time, they are now blossoming into something much greater. In the same way, your efforts to be a positive force in the world, even when unnoticed, are starting to bear fruit. This is not just coincidence. This is divine timing. Just as God uses our faithfulness to sow blessings, so too does He use those same acts of goodness to create the conditions for growth in our lives. Now, a wealthy figure has entered the scene, and it's no coincidence that his path intersects with yours at this exact moment. He's recognized something in you, perhaps an authenticity, a drive, or an inner purpose that he feels is deserving of more. He sees in you what others might miss, and he knows that you have something valuable to offer that can be nurtured in a new environment. This relocation offer is more than just a change of location. It's a divine opportunity for you to step into a space where your gifts can unfold without limitation. Have you ever wondered if the kindness you've shown or the courage you've mustered in the past was part of a greater plan? What if those were not just fleeting moments, but investments in your future, waiting for the right moment to pay dividends? However, before you get too caught up in excitement, pause and reflect for a moment. Relocation, though it brings growth, also comes with its own challenges. It's easy to imagine the new opportunities, but remember, adapting to a new environment can stretch you in unexpected ways. You'll be stepping out of your comfort zones, and you'll encounter new people, energies, and dynamics that require adjustment. The path ahead may not be easy, but it is designed for your expansion. This wealthy man, whether knowingly or unknowingly, is acting as the catalyst for your transformation. He may be the one holding the key to unlock the next chapter in your journey, the chapter where you begin to fully step into the person you are destined to become. Just like the story of Joseph in the Bible, who went from being betrayed by his brothers and thrown into a pit, only to later rise to power in Egypt, you too might find that this unexpected move is the beginning of something far greater than you ever anticipated. God often works in mysterious ways, moving people and circumstances to fulfill His plan for us, even when we can't see the whole picture. So, as you stand at the crossroads of this opportunity, trust that the seeds you've planted in your life through faith and integrity are now being harvested, and that this move, though challenging, is part of your divine destiny. Are you ready to step into the fullness of your calling? To prepare yourself for this new chapter, take a moment to reflect on what truly matters in your current life. What are the habits, relationships, and routines that nourish your spirit and propel you forward? Which ones, however comfortable they may be, serve as mere distractions, keeping you from fully stepping into your potential? Write these down if possible, for by understanding what matters most, you'll have a clearer path to navigate the upcoming transition. This process is about understanding your core values and how they align with the changes ahead. It's about peeling back the layers of your life to reveal the essence of what you truly seek: fulfillment, purpose, and the ability to create a meaningful impact in the world. As you prepare to move into this new space, take it as an opportunity to reshape your life around what is most essential. Relocation is not merely a physical shift, but an invitation to reorder your priorities. In this fertile environment, you will have the chance to reorient your life to match your deepest desires. Have you ever felt that nagging sense that there is more for you to experience, more for you to contribute? This relocation offer is a call to step into something greater, and it will demand both courage and commitment. It's a test of whether you are truly ready for the bigger arena that is calling your name. Just like the Israelites in the wilderness, who faced tests and challenges before stepping into the promised land, you too are being tested for a new level of growth and responsibility. Can you handle the freedom that comes with being placed in a space that nurtures your gifts? Are you prepared to shoulder the responsibility of stepping into your destiny? This opportunity is both a blessing and a challenge. It's the world's way of asking, are you ready to take on the mantle of your true calling? By accepting the invitation, you align yourself with the divine rhythm of life, where every step you take is in harmony with a greater plan. You're embracing the truth that no good deed goes unnoticed. The Bible reminds us in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Your acts of integrity, kindness, and courage, no matter how small they seemed at the time, have been quietly sowing seeds for a future harvest. And now, those seeds are sprouting into a grand opportunity. As you stand at the threshold of this new chapter, open your eyes and heart wide. The door is opening for you. Your earlier kindness and courage were never trivial. They were the very key that unlocked this moment. You may feel that the decision from the wealthy man is sudden, but in reality, it's been in the works for much longer than you realize. Just as Esther's rise to power was divinely orchestrated for such a time as this, Esther 4:14, your path is being guided by forces beyond what you can see. Embrace this moment, knowing that what awaits you on the other side is the next level of your evolution, ready for you to step into and explore. You have been prepared for this. The stage is set, and it is now your turn to rise and fulfill the purpose that has been planted within you. Will you step forward with faith, knowing that this journey is a divine invitation to become the person you were always meant to be? Have you ever paused to consider how power and influence truly work behind the scenes of our lives? We often imagine that success and outcomes operate in a straightforward, linear manner. You do A and you get B. But life, in reality, is far more intricate than a simple line. It's a vast and complex web, spun by countless hands, where energy flows not in direct paths, but in loops and spirals, each part connecting to another in ways we might never fully understand. Could it be that the wealthy man planning to relocate you isn't acting alone? What if he's part of a much larger hidden network, one shaped by human intentions and desires that overlap and intersect, forming a web that leads to unexpected places? Imagine a grand banquet hall filled with people of all walks of life, philanthropists, visionaries, and those with old money legacies. The atmosphere is alive with conversations, stories shared over wine and laughter, reputations debated and discussed. How many times have you found yourself in a conversation where your name is mentioned unexpectedly? Maybe someone you helped in the past is now sharing your story, not out of obligation, but because it genuinely moved them. Have you ever wondered who might be telling your story right now, or how your actions are being remembered by others? This can cause ripples that, little by little, spread across the crowd, eventually reaching the ears of someone with the power to act on it. In this intricate web, currency takes many forms. It's not just about money. Trust, respect, goodwill, and admiration are just as valuable, sometimes even more so. What if your actions of kindness, integrity, and support have earned you this intangible currency? And now, without any effort on your part, this currency is being spent on your behalf, driving you toward an opportunity you never imagined. Can you imagine how these invisible assets, accumulated over time, are now playing in your favor, pushing open doors you once thought were locked? Pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Picture yourself as a radiant node in this vast network. Can you see the threads of connection stretching out from you, linking you to everyone you've touched, whether directly or indirectly? Some of these connections are thick and glowing, representing strong relationships, deep influences, or bonds that have been carefully nurtured. Others are finer, subtler, yet each has its role in the larger tapestry. What would happen if you could trace every connection back to its origin? How far does the influence of your actions truly reach? As these connections span wide, they form a structure that could cause your circumstances to shift in profound ways. Imagine someone tugging on one of these distant threads, perhaps unknowingly. Could a simple act from someone else cause a ripple that comes back to you, changing your circumstances in ways you never expected? This is how influence works. It doesn't follow a clear, logical path. It's a web of interwoven actions, intentions, and relationships where even the smallest gesture or seemingly insignificant act can reverberate throughout the network, bringing about remarkable transformations. Have you ever considered how one moment, one decision could change the course of your life forever? This concept is echoed in the Bible, particularly in the story of Esther. When she was chosen to be queen, she didn't know that her position would be the key to saving her people. Do you think Esther ever realized that her small act of courage, speaking out for the Jews in a time of crisis, would set in motion such a powerful chain of events? She was just one thread in the vast web of God's design, yet her actions played a pivotal role in delivering her people. What if, like Esther, your seemingly small actions are part of a divine plan, guiding you to a place where you can fulfill a greater purpose? So, as you reflect on your own connections, consider this. How many small acts of kindness have you placed in the world that are now forming a network of influence? Are you ready to trust that each thread, each relationship, is leading you to something greater? Each of these connections is part of a larger divine network, working quietly behind the scenes on your behalf. Do you recognize the invisible web you are part of? And are you prepared to trust in its unseen power to guide you to your next step? This relocation offer serves as a powerful reminder that influence and opportunity often follow unseen pathways. While you were focused on the demands of your everyday life, there were forces at work behind the scenes, quietly assembling the next chapter of your journey. The wealthy man who now presents this opportunity to you, someone who may seem like a stranger, has been guided by whispers of your value and potential. Interestingly, he doesn't need to know you intimately. He only needs to trust the network that has spoken highly of you in private conversations. Have you ever stopped to wonder who in your circle might be vouching for you, or how their words could be carrying your name to places you never expected? Think for a moment about the nature of trust. It's built on authenticity and integrity, qualities that you may have demonstrated time and time again, even without realizing that anyone was watching. Reflect on those moments when you helped someone without expecting anything in return, or when you stood up for truth instead of taking the easier path of convenience. Those seemingly small acts created a magnetic field around your name, a force that quietly draws others in. But this isn't a random attraction, it's purposeful. The very people who have the power to elevate your life are now gravitating toward you, not because of wealth or status, but because of your inner qualities, your consistency, and your genuine character. How many opportunities have passed you by simply because you weren't aware of the invisible network working in your favor? You might feel a bit overwhelmed as you begin to realize how deeply connected we all are. The simplicity of your good deed colliding with another's power might feel like magic, a beautiful and unexpected turn of events. But this magic is not random. It's the universe working in patterns more elegant than we can fully comprehend. Consider the story of Ruth in the Bible, whose kindness and loyalty to her mother-in-law, Naomi, eventually led her to Boaz, a man of wealth and influence. Ruth's good deeds created a ripple effect that led to a dramatic change in her life. What if your own good deeds are setting the stage for a similar transformation, even though you may not see it yet? The more you align with your purpose and values, the more potent your influence becomes, even when it operates in the background. Just like the Proverbs 3:5-6 passage encourages us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, the power behind your actions will be revealed at the right time, as long as you remain aligned with what's true to your heart. The trust you've built through authenticity becomes a force that works even in your absence, moving people and situations toward your favor. As you navigate this shifting terrain, it's important to remain humble. Recognize the role others have played in bringing you to this point. Think of those who carried your story forward, who whispered your virtues when you weren't around. What if their voices were the unseen threads pulling this opportunity into your life? Are you ready to embrace the unfolding of your next chapter, trusting that every connection and every act of integrity is part of a divine design? In the right ears, gratitude is a stabilizing force. It keeps you grounded, preventing ego from inflating as new opportunities arise. After all, you're entering a space where the stakes may be higher, and humility ensures you absorb lessons rather than repel them. Have you ever wondered how the power of gratitude might change the way you approach your success? Imagine stepping into your new environment, arranged by this benefactor you've never met. The resources available, the connections you'll forge, they're all part of the same invisible web that first elevated your name. How might these resources, which seem to appear out of nowhere, be part of a greater divine plan? Use them wisely. Being relocated is not just a stroke of luck, it's a responsibility. You've been chosen, in a sense, to manifest the highest version of yourself in a setting that nurtures your growth. Could this be the moment God has been preparing for you all along? Reflect on the relationships you'll form in this new chapter. The wealthy man's influence might introduce you to mentors, peers, or collaborators who complement your talents. Each encounter can feel orchestrated, as if destiny placed these individuals along your path. Have you ever experienced a moment where a connection seemed divinely timed, as if you were exactly where you needed to be at the perfect time? This isn't paranoia or fantasy. It's the synergy of aligned intentions converging at the perfect time. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." These encounters can help sharpen and refine you, just as you may do for others. As you move forward, remember that this web of influence is dynamic. You're not just a recipient of its largesse, you're also a contributor. Someday, your actions might help another soul break free from their limitations. How might your story become part of someone else's journey, just as others have helped shape yours? In that future moment, you'll know what it feels like to pay forward the blessings you're now receiving. The cycle continues, generation after generation, choice after choice, forging a chain of transformation that no force can easily break. Galatians 6:9 reminds us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This cycle of giving and receiving is a powerful force that can create lasting change. Are you ready to be part of that transformation, knowing that your actions today will ripple into the future, just as those before you have shaped the path you now walk? The idea of being relocated might thrill and terrify you at the same time. Change, especially one orchestrated by a mysterious benefactor, can stir up a cocktail of emotions. You may wonder, will I like this new place? Will I thrive there or flounder? Can I trust the motives behind this offer? These questions are natural, and facing them with courage is part of the journey. But what if this uncertainty is the very thing that will push you to step into the next chapter of your life? Could it be that this opportunity is designed to stretch you in ways you've never imagined? Think of change as a river. Standing on the bank, the current might look intense, even dangerous. Yet, to reach new fertile lands, you must step into the flow at some point. The alternative is remaining stuck on a fading shore where your growth stagnates and your potential withers unfulfilled. Are you willing to embrace the current, trusting that it will take you to a place that aligns with your divine purpose? Embracing change requires accepting uncertainty, but in that acceptance, you'll find new layers of strength and adaptability. The Bible encourages us to trust in God's plan even when we can't see the full picture. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." What if the uncertainties you're facing now are a part of God's greater plan for your life, guiding you toward a new environment where your potential can flourish? Let's do a brief exercise. Close your eyes and imagine the feeling of packing your belongings, leaving behind familiar streets and stepping into unfamiliar territory. There's a mix of excitement and discomfort, isn't there? Can you feel the tension in your chest as you consider what lies ahead? But also, within that discomfort, is there a spark of possibility? This relocation is more than just a physical change. It's a manifestation of the inner transformation you've already undergone. Your surroundings are catching up with who you are becoming. In this way, it is life's way of confirming that you are bigger than your current environment. Just like God told the Israelites to leave behind their old ways and move forward into the promised land, He is calling you to step into a new space that reflects your evolving identity. Do you believe that you deserve a setting that reflects your growing potential? This relocation is not just about a change of address. It's an invitation to align with your higher self. It's about stepping into a space where you can fully embrace who you are becoming and walk confidently in your purpose. Remember, the uncertainties you feel are not signs of weakness. They are signs of growth. Are you ready to trust that this move is part of God's divine plan to elevate you to a new level? Places, like people, carry energy. Have you ever noticed how certain environments can spark creativity, clarity, and motivation within you? On the other hand, some places can make you feel stuck, weighed down, or disconnected from your true potential. If your current environment feels stale or confining, this move might be the catalyst that liberates you from old mental frameworks, allowing you to think and act more expansively. But have you considered how the energy of your surroundings could help you step into the next version of yourself? This relocation is an opportunity to let go of the old and embrace something that aligns with your growth. Yet, it's crucial to remain grounded. Not every glittering opportunity is free from challenges. As you arrive in your new setting, take care not to judge it too quickly based on first impressions. Instead, give yourself time to acclimate. The Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:1, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Just like you've gone through seasons in your own life, this new chapter requires time for you to settle in. Listen to the local rhythms, how people speak, what they value, and how they interact. What if the key to thriving in this new space is not about forcing your old patterns onto it, but about tuning into its unique energy? By doing so, you create a sense of harmony rather than imposing expectations on a place that is new to you. Are you willing to let the environment shape you as much as you shape it? Prepare yourself by identifying what you truly want out of this shift. Is it personal growth, professional advancement, or spiritual deepening? Take a moment to write down a few core intentions before you embark. These intentions will serve as your compass, guiding you when the unfamiliar landscape feels overwhelming. Have you ever felt unsure about a decision, only to realize later that it was exactly the right choice, because it was aligned with your deeper purpose? This relocation isn't random, it's aligned with your soul's agenda, even if you can't see the entire plan just yet. Trust that God has placed you here for a reason, just as he did with Joseph, who was brought into Egypt not by accident, but by divine design, for a time and purpose he could not yet comprehend. Are you open to trusting that this move is part of a larger divine plan? Challenges will arise. New environments often trigger hidden insecurities. You might feel out of place at first, struggling to desocialize or locate supportive communities. But consider this: what if these challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth? Discomfort is a necessary part of transformation. It shakes you awake, forcing you to shed limiting beliefs and adapt. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." Each obstacle you overcome will build your confidence and resilience. With each challenge, you'll realize that you have the strength to navigate life's uncertainties, and this will only make you more aligned with your true purpose. Consider the power of reinvention. Have you ever felt limited by the labels others have placed on you based on what they know of your past? Sometimes these labels can become cages, confining us to outdated identities and limiting our potential. But what if this relocation offers you a rare gift, the opportunity for a fresh slate? In a new place where people don't know your history, there's no one to box you into old expectations. You are free to present yourself more authentically, without the weight of others' judgments. How might this newfound freedom inspire you to show the world the best version of yourself, one that is no longer defined by the past? Embrace this freedom wisely. Just as 2 Corinthians 5:17 tells us, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here." This is your moment to step into the person you were always meant to be, unhindered by the limitations that may have held you back before. Throughout this process, don't hesitate to seek guidance, whether from mentors, online communities, or friends, both old and new. Consider how their perspectives might help you integrate smoothly into your new environment. Have you ever found that a simple conversation with someone can illuminate your path in ways you hadn't considered before? There's no weakness in asking for support. In fact, it's a sign of intelligence and self-awareness. Proverbs 15:22 states, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. By building these connections, you create a safety net that catches you when you stumble, ensuring you don't have to walk this new path alone. As you seek wisdom from others, you'll find that the journey becomes not just manageable, but also enriched by the insights and encouragement of those around you. In the end, remember that uncertainty is the birthplace of creativity. Have you ever noticed how the unknown, while intimidating, is also full of possibility? When you let go of the illusion of control, you create space for magic to unfold. The wealthy man's intervention is like a spark that ignites the fuel of your potential. What if this unexpected change is the spark that sets you on a path of greatness? If you lean into the unknown with trust, curiosity, and grace, you'll transform this relocation into a landmark event in your life, one that marks the beginning of an era defined by greater authenticity, achievement, and fulfillment. Just as God guided the Israelites through the wilderness, even when the path was uncertain, He will guide you through this transition. Are you ready to embrace the journey ahead and let the unknown lead you to your fullest potential? While material circumstances might be at the forefront, new place, new resources, new networks, don't underestimate the spiritual undercurrents at play. Have you ever stopped to think that there's a deeper logic guiding this relocation, one that transcends worldly success and hints at the evolution of your soul? This isn't just about a fresh start in the physical world. It's about an inner alignment being forged beneath the surface of your awareness. If you look closely, you'll see that every shift in your external life corresponds to internal changes, even those that have gone unnoticed. The events you've experienced thus far, moments of serendipity, unexpected kindness, or intuitive hunches, are not random. Could it be that these small, seemingly insignificant moments have been laying the groundwork for this very turning point? Even the obstacles you've faced, those times of struggle or uncertainty, are part of a divine process. Preparations refining your character and sharpening your discernment. What if these trials were actually part of God's greater plan to guide you to this very moment? Envision life as a labyrinth, with each twist, turn, and obstacle leading you closer to your true purpose. At the center of this labyrinth lies your divine calling. With each hurdle and breakthrough, you're moving closer to that sacred center. Isn't it interesting how, in hindsight, the challenges you've overcome have often been the very things that have led you to new understanding and growth? The wealthy man's decision to relocate you is not just a transaction. It's one of those significant turns in the labyrinth of your life that brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Have you ever felt that the right doors opened for you at exactly the right moment, as if the universe itself was guiding your path? Rather than viewing this relocation as a mere transactional event, He helps you move, you benefit. Consider it a sign from the universe, or even a nod from God. Could it be that fate is telling you, you've done well? Now let's place you where your gifts can shine brighter. The Bible reminds us in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." This is not just about physical relocation. It's a divine realignment, positioning you where you can thrive, where you can fulfill the purpose you were always destined for. As you walk through this new territory, imagine the subtle energies at work, guiding you into deeper understanding and alignment with your purpose. Could certain local customs, spiritual traditions, or even the natural features of the land be divinely aligned with the next stage of your growth? Perhaps these elements are there to support your spiritual awakening or deepen your connection to your calling. The relocation offers more than just improved circumstances. It offers a portal into dimensions of understanding, healing, and service that you might never have accessed otherwise. Think of it as a spiritual upgrade, a space where you can be more of who you were always meant to be. How might this new environment foster deeper spiritual growth and connection, opening doors to experiences that will change you in ways you've yet to understand? This is not just a change of place. It's an invitation to step into a new chapter of spiritual and personal evolution. Are you ready to embrace the deeper layers of this transformation? This shift carries an invitation to deepen your spiritual practice, whatever form this takes: prayer, meditation, journaling, quiet walks in nature, or even creative expressions like painting and music. Have you ever considered how these practices could help you connect more deeply with your evolving self during such a transformative time? Make time to center yourself amidst the busyness of relocation. As you adjust to the changes around you, consider experimenting with different techniques to discover what resonates most with your soul. The stress and excitement of this move can easily distract you from the profound truths you're meant to uncover. Have you noticed how, in the rush of life, we often miss the whispers of divine guidance? Cultivating daily moments of stillness isn't just beneficial, it's essential. Just as Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." By carving out these intervals of silence, you ensure that the signal of divine guidance isn't drowned out by the noise of logistics and planning. Could it be that these moments of stillness will bring clarity to the next steps of your journey? Perhaps early morning solitude, candlelit evenings, or weekend retreats will help you tune into the wisdom that patiently waits beneath the surface of your busy mind. Imagine starting each day with a moment of stillness, allowing the quiet to settle into your spirit. What if this time allows you to hear the gentle whispers of your higher self, or even the divine, guiding you in ways you never expected? In these moments, you're creating space for your soul to expand, to connect with the rhythm of life beyond the everyday distractions. Take a slow, conscious breath. As you inhale, imagine drawing in not just oxygen, but also insight, intuition, and grace. What if every breath you take is not just a physical act, but a spiritual one? As you exhale, release fear, hesitation, and doubt. This simple practice can become a compass when you feel lost in the flurry of change. Have you ever realized how deeply your body and mind are intertwined? Anchored in presence, you open the door to synchronicities and revelations that might otherwise go unnoticed. When was the last time you trusted that a small sign, a fleeting thought, or an unexpected encounter might be divinely timed to nudge you forward? Be attentive to these subtle signs: a conversation overheard on a bus, a new acquaintance who seems strangely familiar, or a recurring dream that whispers guidance from beyond your waking world. These indications aren't coincidences, they are the universe's way of guiding you toward your destiny. Spiritual growth often thrives in fertile conditions. Just as certain plants require specific climates to flourish, your soul might thrive better in the environment this relocation provides. Could it be that the energy of this new place vibrates at a frequency more compatible with your evolving energy? Perhaps this land has a history of healing or cultural traditions that inspire deeper inquiry. What if the very soil you're stepping onto holds the keys to unlock aspects of yourself you didn't know existed? It could be that the people you meet there carry the wisdom or the opportunities that will transform your path. Just as God led his people through different lands, each step bringing them closer to his plan, he may be guiding you to this place for the next phase of your spiritual journey. Staying attuned to these subtle signals transforms your journey into a quest rich with meaning. It encourages you to view each encounter not as a coincidence, but as a stepping stone carefully placed along your path. Every minor decision, every turn, can be seen as a course correction leading you closer to the heart of your destiny. Are you ready to see these signs as divine guidance, each moment an opportunity for growth and discovery? Moreover, reflect on gratitude. Expressing gratitude for this opportunity, even before you fully understand its scope, harmonizes your energy with higher frequencies of abundance. Gratitude says, "I trust there's goodness in this." It shifts your perspective from scarcity to possibility, from worry to wonder. This positive stance primes you to receive what's offered and multiply its value through conscious action. In moments of doubt, return to gratitude as a spiritual anchor. Simply acknowledging, "I am grateful for the chance to grow," can soften resistance, open your heart, and brighten your outlook on the road ahead. Consider performing a small ritual to honor this turning point. It could be lighting a candle, setting intentions on paper, or walking barefoot on the earth to connect with natural energies. Some people find meaning in composing a short prayer or mantra, something they can repeat during moments of stress. Others might create a visual collage or keep a symbolic token like a stone, a feather, or a pressed flower that represents this transition. Such rituals, no matter how simple, help you acknowledge the sacredness of this moment. They remind you that life's changes are not random leaps in the dark, but orchestrated moves in a cosmic dance. These gestures become touchstones you can revisit, affirming your faith in the journey. As you embrace these spiritual dimensions, you'll find strength and resilience bubbling up from within. When challenges arise, and they inevitably will, you can return to the wellspring of faith you've cultivated. Faith isn't blind optimism. It's the understanding that your journey is guided by forces wiser and more loving than your rational mind can comprehend. Over time, this faith matures into a form of inner knowing. Even when confusion clouds your vision, you learn to trust that clarity will eventually emerge, like the sun cutting through morning mist. You might look back on this relocation not merely as an upgrade in lifestyle or career, but as a milestone in your spiritual evolution. You'll see how each new friend, mentor, or opportunity contributed to your unfolding purpose. The spiritual synergy of this event will be evident in the newfound peace, insight, and authenticity that radiate from you. What once seemed like an isolated incident, a wealthy stranger's offer, will be understood as a graceful orchestration, placing you at the right place at the right time for the right reasons. Remember, spiritual growth doesn't require monumental acts. It thrives in everyday moments. The kindness you show to a stranger, the compassion you extend to yourself when you stumble, the courage to remain open-hearted despite disappointments. This relocation, orchestrated by a wealthy stranger, is but one chapter in the grand narrative of your soul's journey. By perceiving it through spiritual eyes, you grant yourself permission to see beyond surface-level gains and recognize the cosmic artistry shaping your life. Embrace it fully and watch as the invisible currents of destiny guide you toward a horizon more magnificent than you dare to imagine. Each new day in your transformed environment becomes an opportunity to integrate lessons learned, refine your inner compass, and move with greater authenticity. In time, you'll realize that what began as a worldly change was, in fact, a sacred initiation, ushering you into a broader, brighter dimension of existence. One where purpose, love, and infinite possibility converge. By now you sense that this relocation isn't an endpoint, it's a launch pad. You've been gifted a spark of opportunity, and it's up to you to fan it into a flame. One of the most powerful ways to do that is by channeling this moment's momentum into creative transformation. Creativity here isn't limited to painting or writing. It encompasses everything from how you solve problems to how you design your future. Think of your life as a sculpture you are continuously shaping. The relocation grants you new tools, resources, environments, and perspectives to carve more refined contours. Ask yourself, what dreams have I left unrealized? Which projects linger in your mind, waiting for the right conditions to bloom? Now might be the perfect time to dust off those ideas and give them structure. Take a journal and write down at least one daring goal you've long held but never pursued seriously. Maybe it's starting a community project, learning a rare skill, or founding a social enterprise. Don't worry if it seems ambitious. The very act of putting it on paper is the creative force within you. This relocation suggests the universe is willing to meet you halfway, supporting your leap into uncharted territory. Creativity also involves curiosity. In your new setting, remain open to the unfamiliar. Visit local markets, attend cultural events, and strike up conversations with neighbors or colleagues. Embrace diversity of thought and tradition. Often, solutions to long-standing dilemmas appear when you cross-pollinate ideas from different worlds. The wealthy man's intervention can be seen as a key unlocking doors you never knew existed. Now it's your turn to step through and explore. When challenges arise, approach them with a creative mindset. Instead of lamenting obstacles, ask, how can I transform this into an opportunity? Adversity can spark ingenuity, compelling you to invent strategies that wouldn't occur to you otherwise. Over time, such problem-solving agility becomes second nature, enhancing your ability to thrive anywhere you land. Remember, creativity flourishes best when supported by discipline. It's not enough to dream. You must translate visions into steps and timetables. If you've always wanted to write a book, dedicate specific hours each week to writing. If you yearn to start a social initiative, begin by researching, planning, and reaching out to potential partners. The relocation's energy can fuel your efforts, but you still need to steer the ship. Also, consider collaborative opportunities. The world overflows with talented, passionate individuals who might complement your strengths. The new environment could introduce you to potential partners, mentors, or financiers who resonate with your ideals. Keep an ear to the ground, listening for subtle cues that someone's perspective or skill set aligns with your mission. Collaborative creativity can amplify your impact far beyond what you could achieve solo. Creativity isn't confined to grand projects. It also manifests in small daily improvements, rearranging your living space for better energy flow, experimenting with healthier eating habits, or designing a morning routine that aligns mind, body, and spirit. Each creative tweak adds up, sculpting a life that feels more harmonious and purposeful. Don't shy away from taking calculated risks. While fear might try to anchor you to old comfort zones, this relocation signals that the cosmos favors the bold right now. Dare to attempt something that once felt too big. Even if you stumble, you'll learn valuable lessons, adjusting your approach and refining your vision. Over time, your resilience and adaptability will shape you into a creative force that can inspire others. In essence, creativity is your tool for turning luck into legacy. The wealthy man's action sets the stage. Your imagination and determination give the performance. Embrace this dance of possibility. Let your mind wander into territories it's never explored, and let your hand shape the intangible into reality. This is your moment to rewrite the script, to transform raw potential into tangible achievements, leaving a positive imprint on the world that housed your dreams. As you settle into your new environment, remember that no one thrives in isolation. Community lies at the heart of human evolution. The wealthy man's gesture has placed you in a position where you can connect with individuals who share your passions or challenge you to grow. Harness this chance to build a network of meaningful relationships. Don't just focus on immediate results. Think of community building as cultivating a garden. Some connections bloom quickly, while others take time to sprout. With patience and care, these relationships can become fertile ground for both personal and collective development. Start by observing the local culture. What do people value? How do they spend their time? Participate in activities that resonate with your interests. Join a local club, attend a workshop, or volunteer for a cause dear to your heart. Your willingness to engage authentically will attract those who appreciate your presence, forging connections rooted in honesty rather than superficial advantage. By immersing yourself in shared experiences, you show that you're not just passing through, but genuinely invested in what makes this place unique. Over time, you'll discover subtle cultural nuances that shape the community's character. Visualize a circle of individuals around you, each one a glowing sphere of influence. By interacting with them, you exchange energy, knowledge, and inspiration. Some might become confidants, others collaborators, and some may remain friendly acquaintances. Each person adds a thread to your tapestry, weaving patterns of support and synergy. Over time, this circle can evolve into a powerful community that nurtures not just your ambition, but your well-being. Within this collective, you'll find encouragement to take risks, feedback that refines your ideas, and solace when challenges arise. Be generous with your insights and kindness. When you share what you've learned, you enrich others' paths and demonstrate that you are not merely looking to take, but also to give. Generosity magnetizes trust and respect, two cornerstones of influence. As people come to rely on your wisdom, you gain leverage, not in a manipulative sense, but in a way that encourages collective upliftment. Think of generosity as an investment in a shared future, one where everyone's prosperity is intertwined. Listen more than you speak. Genuine listening fosters understanding and empathy. By learning about others' dreams, struggles, and perspectives, you broaden your own worldview. This mutual exchange forms bridges across cultural, intellectual, and emotional gaps. Through these connections, you become part of a mosaic of human effort that surpasses what you could achieve alone. Over time, you'll notice patterns in these stories, common aspirations, communal pain points, and shared hopes that help you understand how best to contribute and lead. Keep in mind that influence isn't about dominating others. It's about inspiring them. Your actions, shaped by integrity and purpose, can motivate those around you to strive for greater heights. When people see you adapt gracefully, innovate creatively, and treat setbacks as stepping stones, they might follow suit. In this way, your presence catalyzes positive shifts in the community, forging a ripple effect. True influence arises not from loud proclamations, but from quiet, consistent examples that speak to the heart. As you integrate into this network, don't hesitate to seek mentorship. Identify someone whose journey you admire and respectfully request their guidance. Can speed your growth. Simultaneously, be open to mentoring others who are behind you on the path. This exchange of knowledge across different stages of development creates a rich ecosystem where everyone's progress is interlinked. In such an environment, success is never a zero-sum gain. Instead, each individual's advancement lifts the collective. Over time, you'll notice that opportunities multiply when you're part of a vibrant community. Information flows, introductions happen, and collaborations spark naturally. The wealthy man's influence might have started the ball rolling, but it's these ongoing relationships that sustain momentum. Eventually, your reputation precedes you, enabling you to shape your environment in subtle yet profound ways. A suggestion offered here, a timely referral there. These small actions form the building blocks of lasting impact. Remember to remain authentic. Influence built on a false persona or transactional motives can crumble quickly. People are intuitive. They sense when someone's intentions are genuine. By staying true to your values, you ensure that the connections you form endure, standing the test of time and adversity. Authenticity doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up as you are, earnestly and openly, even when vulnerability feels risky. In the grand scheme, community is a safety net, a source of inspiration, and a playground of creative exchange. As you establish yourself in this new space, cherish the bonds you form. They are as valuable as any material resource, fueling your journey and enabling you to leave an indelible mark on the world. Together, you and your newfound allies can champion causes, solve problems, and co-create a future that honors the best of what humanity can be. Remember that each relationship, whether short-lived or enduring, contributes a unique note to the shared harmony you're helping to compose. By embracing community and nurturing your influence with empathy, generosity, and authenticity, you set the stage for transformative growth, both yours and everyone's around you. You've come a long way from the initial shock of that wealthy man's intervention. Now it's time to integrate all these insights and move forward with purpose and poise. Remember, this relocation wasn't random. It was orchestrated by forces, both human and divine, to place you where you can grow, contribute, and lead. Think of your life as a story, with each chapter introducing new characters, challenges, and revelations. This latest chapter, triggered by one man's decision, has expanded your setting and added rich themes: interconnectedness, adaptability, authenticity, and spiritual achievement. As the protagonist, you have the freedom to shape how these themes evolve in the next sections of your personal narrative. Take a moment to stand still, literally, if you can, and feel the ground beneath your feet. This simple grounding gesture symbolizes your readiness to step forward with confidence. You carry within you the lessons gleaned from embracing change, decoding influence, and welcoming uncertainty. You have learned to see beyond the surface, to value qualities over appearances, and to trust that good deeds reap unexpected rewards. Keep your core values at the forefront of your actions. Whether you're forging new alliances, launching creative endeavors, or pursuing deeper spiritual truths, let your principles be the compass. Authenticity, kindness, and courage. These qualities will guide you through future storms as well as times of ease. Their consistency assures that no matter how your environment shifts, your moral North Star remains fixed. Embrace leadership, even if you never considered yourself a leader before. Leadership doesn't always mean standing on a podium. It can mean leading by example, quietly uplifting those around you, or pioneering innovative solutions to collective problems. Given the opportunities and influences now at your disposal, you can champion causes that matter, turning your personal growth into a catalyst for communal betterment. As you journey onward, remain adaptable. Life's tapestry is ever-changing, and your relocation is just one thread woven into it. Additional twists might appear. Perhaps the wealthy man who relocated you will re-enter your story. Or maybe others of similar stature will notice your quiet brilliance. Keep an open heart and welcome the unexpected as part of the grand design. Reflect on how far you've come. The world you occupy now seems larger, more dynamic, and somehow friendlier despite its challenges. Your understanding of your own potential has deepened, as has your appreciation for the intricate webs that connect us all. If you ever doubt your path, recall the chain of events that led you here. Realize that you stand on a tapestry of miracles, stitched together by your choices and the universe's gentle nudges. You owe it to yourself and to those who believed in you, often from afar, to make the most of this moment. By fully engaging with your new environment, nurturing meaningful relationships, and investing in creative transformation, you set the stage for a legacy that stretches far beyond your personal timeline. This legacy isn't measured in material wealth or accolades alone. It's measured in the positive impact you have on hearts, minds, and ecosystems. As this chapter draws to a close, you find yourself at a powerful threshold. a horizon shimmering with promise. Behind you stretches a path of trials overcome and insights gained. Walk forward with steady steps, a lifted chin, and eyes that gleam with purpose. Your journey is unique, and the world yearns for your contribution. One final note: when moments of doubt resurface, as they will, remember what sparked this relocation in the first place. Remember that good deed, that act of courage or kindness, the subtle shift in energy you caused. It was never forgotten by the tapestry we call life. Keep planting such seeds. Keep trusting that what you give to the world eventually returns in ways you can't predict. As you can see, God's divine favor is not just about blessings we can see immediately. It often works in ways beyond our understanding, bringing the right people into our lives at the right time. A wealthy man may be about to relocate you because of your actions, your faith, and your obedience to God's calling. This is just the beginning of the breakthrough that God has prepared for you. If this message resonates with you today, I encourage you to show your support through Super Thanks. Your generosity makes a significant difference in helping us spread God's word and blessings to more people. Whether you donate or not, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of this journey. Your presence, your prayers, and your support mean the world to us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who may need to hear this encouragement today. Comment below and let us know how God has been working in your life. We love reading your testimonies. May God's blessings continue to overflow in your life. Stay encouraged, stay faithful, and remember, the best is yet to come.